War. What is she good for? Absolutely nothing. War. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. War. What is it good for? Oh man. Come on, people, jump up in here. Talk, talk to your boy now. Tell me how the life is going. How you feel? We got a whole lot of people running our planet. I know there's a lot of working folks out there. Y'all can't tell me y'all ain't got nothing to say. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. War. Say it again. War. How many of you are for war? How many of you are against wars? Talk to your boy. Let me hear it. Uh-oh. Do the poll. Tell me why. Give me a little comment. I know a lot of people. A lot of times we're told war is the reason why. It's the reason for us to get over actually conflicts. You know, a lot of times we're told that with war we can end conflicts, right? So I feel like within the past 5 years or so, we've had five, maybe 3 years. We've had a couple of wars that's been started, and we have wars continuing right now. That's it's hard to explain why. Why do we still have war in this time in this day and time when supposedly we live in the best time in history? You know, hey, how you doing? What's up? How y'all doing? Where y'all from? Where's everybody from? You know, I'm a working man. I'm on my lunch break right now. Actually, I'm a working man. I'll tell you one thing that's for sure. And I'll consider myself still young. You know, I'm not gonna give my age right now because I'm not. I'll tell you what. I'll give my age a little bit. Lower. I look younger than I actually am though. And I'll work every day. Well, not every day. 5 days a week. And I have no time to look at. Well, I'll say people in my shoes have no time to really look at the news and understand and decode some of the things we go through and what they say they're fighting for. But then we still have to go vote and put people in, and we put people in so they can represent us to the best of their abilities. But it feels like every time around they lie to us, man. They tell us the reason they're doing this is for this, and the reason they're doing that is because it's for us to live in a better place, in a better world. But I look at some of the stuff I see that goes on, especially like with wars, and you see, I don't like babies being murdered. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that, hey, I know we don't have to go out there and fight for certain people to help them establish themselves and get in a better place. You know what I'm saying? But man, it's just so crazy and cruel to see. Because I've seen some videos to see kids out there just legs, limbs missing. You know, Iranian woman. What's up? How you doing? Bring back mini skirts to Iran. Yo, I know you're not from Iran. There's no one from Iran you speaking like that. Now listen, for example, the Iran war, right? I'm in the United States, all right, and I tell you this: a lot of things they hide from us. So anything I see outside of our regular news, I take it. Of course, I take it with a grain of salt because I gotta investigate. But I go, God dang, this is happening out there. Like I look at some of the out like I look at Al Jazeera, right? And I look at Al Jazeera and I go, oh my God. You look at all these other networks and they're not showing some of the things over there. There were me. Listen, this is not about mini skirts though. Listen, I don't have a problem with them wearing whatever they want to wear over there. But the means to get to that, do we have to go kill, kids? Is this what you're saying? Is this what you're saying right now? And I like a good argument because I don't want. Let's not get belligerent over here. We can talk, but at the same time, I disagree with some of the things I've seen, man. Israel is, hey, you said Israel's playing with us like puppets. I'll tell you one thing that's for sure. I've had several different, and I'm not even against like Jewish folks. I've had several different accounts that have been shut down because I just post something, and it's not even anything berating anything against anybody. It's just me posting certain things. I know Israel does have a huge pull on the United States. I tell you that much. And I don't even know. I'm not even against Israel, but I'm saying they do have a huge pull in the United States. They can't wear what they want. All right, that's true. But the best way to actually get them to get to that point to wear what they want, um, to have freedom of speech, maybe, is to go bomb them. That's what you're saying? I get it. I think everybody should have an ability to choose. Reading Lolita in Iran. Okay. Partners always have been. Okay. Well, I mean, listen. I think I saw the Iranian people there. They were trying to protest, and a lot of them got killed. I'm against that too. I'm against that too. I don't think that's the way to go about that. You know, women are being sold. So women are being sold. All this stuff I'm against. Cause listen, you remember when we had Libya and Libya had Gaddafi, and Gaddafi was to me somewhat of a bad guy. Somewhat of a bad guy. He was a bad guy, and we got rid of Gaddafi. And I tell you right now, in Libya, they were talking about slave trades in Libya after Gaddafi left. So I mean, they got. No, I don't know what interrupted my stream just now, but yeah, see, I'm talking about. Sometimes they shut you down. Slavery amongst Islam. Okay, so that's something you can tell me about. So what exactly are they saying? So women are being sold. Is this under the current regime that's there? I don't know. I'm asking. I like to be educated. So just let me know. Thanks for the like, y'all. So they currently, what's a good place for me to go investigate to actually get more information on Iran? What I've seen on Iran, one of my favorite YouTubers, his name best best ever food review show, I think it's called, on YouTube. Check him out, man. Sunny, guy's amazing. He went to Iran and he showed the beautiful food. By the way, food is amazing. I'm a cook myself. I do like to cook. And I saw the food and I go, oh my God, I love to go. And I started looking into Iran. And, that's one of the places they tell us not to go. And I'm from the United States. They said not to go. And big reason for that is because just like North Korea, they said that's our enemies. So when I start digging some more, and I'm a history guy, I see the history between Iran and the United States is very complicated. One time they were allied, the next time they were enemies. The Shah was thrown out of there, and this that. So yeah, if people can tell us more, because the only thing we get is what they feed us. Just like how they tell us, like North Korea, they feed their people propaganda, and their propaganda is probably higher than us. But I do believe we have the same issue going on in the United States. And we know the United States is very like cult and team based, where it's like the left versus the right and the left always going at it, and you got to get news from several different sources before you can understand. If a meteor come down right now, and what's this? Oh, they say something's about to hit the planet. There'll be one team or one news channel telling you about, hey, it's not going to be here till next week. One is going to be telling us tomorrow is going to be here. And I'm going to say they're lying. It's not even coming to us. You know what I'm saying? So that's the crazy stuff we deal with in the United States. There's a black America is fed up with them. Okay, so you're more of a Republican kind of person. Listen, man, you can be from either side, and I'm a guy in the middle. I tell you one thing: if you're too far for from the middle, you're probably gonna get lost. I tell you that for sure. If you go ahead and you just jump on and you just want to go ahead and talk, people allow you to talk. But if you just not opening your eyes, or you're in an echo chamber, you'll never get to hear what the other side is saying. And that's one thing I do. That's why I come in YouTube sometimes. I come in YouTube because I want to hear what the people are saying. Because a lot of times you'll hear what your friends are saying and the people next to you, and you'll think that's the truth. And the truth is you don't even know what's going on. And that's how I feel. I feel like I never, even with 90% of the information that's out there, I still don't know the other 10. So let me hear it. You know, I do know we have other wars going on too. Like this, we have we have many different wars that people never talk about. And the biggest thing is, are we gonna have an even bigger war, which would be the World War III? And I hope not, man, because I see like the Philippines is about to they said they have a set amount of fuel right now in their country. You got Cuba right now with a situation they got going on where most of the country have no power. Hospitals, people are they're dying. I could just imagine the casualty over there. Like for instance, you have like I have a kid. I remember my kid was born. There's a situation where we needed to have him in the hospital to take care of certain things. Imagine a baby being born and the baby needs like whatever you call that ventilator or their little the words are not coming to me right now, but imagine them needing that and they can't survive in the incubator, and they can't survive. So I do think about that. Again, I'm not for or against. I'm against war big time, but for those people that think war is the answer, give me a reason why you think that. And even the people that think there's not an answer, talk to me. What's up? Because sometimes we're quick to go ahead and say, yeah, that's the way because it benefits us now. But when you give certain people, power, what if it's like a greenhouse effect? They go run, it runs away, and then they use it for other things. Especially politicians, they like control. That's their thing. Anybody want to talk about lives automatic hate? People. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people that talk about that. If you know that's what you want to hear, there's a lot of places for that because I this is the thing about my YouTube algorithm. I'll go on, or even my social media algorithm. I'll go on and I listen to again both sides, and I hear people just talk from both sides like they're crazy. At the end of the day, we inhabit this rock here, and how does that benefit us if we have these things that can destroy us and vaporize us in mere seconds? So we got to be careful. I'm talking the nukes. I'm talking the nukes now. How close are we from dropping one of those? How close are we from dropping a nuke, and then boom, we're life on Earth changes. We might not all be gone, but there's a great chance a lot of us could be out of here. Out of here. Okay, that's good. Because you listen to both sides, right? And how do you feel? How does that make you feel? Because you said you're what? You're for the right. Now the left talking. Have you ever seen them make sense? And that's for the people on the right. You ever heard them make sense? Because a lot of people just hear people talk just to have a response, just so they can respond to them or be upset. Because at the end of the day, you walk into your house, you see your family. You can't let what people say upset you. But there's things that policies that go in place that affects us. Might not be on the daily, but for instance, abortion is huge in the United States, right? And how they place it, where they place it, and people have the option to move. By the way, but not everybody have the option to move. You know what I'm saying? And that can affect. I just saw a lady that she got rid of her kid, and she basically she got sent to prison. And I go, oh man, that's crazy. Because she had the thing is, this woman got other kids as well. She got other kids that's already here, but now they're sending her to prison. Is that the way to go? I don't know. But see, I'm not a woman. That's first thing first. Secondly, um, I, is this the only way we have to do this? But then you have people like people on the right would say like some people would go, hey, it's you gotta understand this is God's work. Are you really gonna get rid of a life? I see it from both sides. It's just more. Mm, I don't know, man. I don't think I personally don't think if we said we had negotiated. This is the part. This is the part that, and I'm not a Trump guy. If anybody, I'm telling you right now, I'm not a Trump guy. I'm not a politician guy. Period. I don't think politicians are so politicians say for instance, right? I'm gonna try to dumb this down as much as possible. You like Tony Hawk that skateboards, and Malcolm Gladwell's theory here. If you do something for 10,000 hours, you'll be great at it. Politicians, their whole thing is to speak and to get you to believe them. They can convince you to give them $10,000, the only $10,000 you got for them to hold. So I'm weary. I'm very weary when I speak to politicians. I want to hear them speak because a lot of times they'll just tell you stuff to just and you don't know what's going on in the back room. You know what I'm saying? That's how I want people to think. Like, yo, are you sure this is what you want to do? Listen, a discussion is a discussion. People can say what they want to say. I think it's we places like this, platforms like this. It's like the town hall. You should be able to speak without people berating you and jumping down your throat. It shouldn't be where it's just, or it could be. If you want to go see a far left person, a far right person, by all means. That's the thing of this beautiful thing about America. But if you want to get to the middle and better understand each other, because at the end of the day, I'm a human being like you're a human being, and we can have discussions. Maybe it's funny. Sometimes you convince people in the middle to go left or right that way. But some people they don't know how to speak. Their whole thing is to just okay, you're not on my side, so I'm just gonna go ahead and talk to you like you're a piece of trash. I see a lot of people like that. I see a whole lot of people like that. Appreciate the hearts and the likes. And I think so. I'll tell you what. This is the most I give people because I don't like to speak about politicians and politics. My family or the people, a lot of people I know, they'll be surprised by me. But a lot of them are for the left. And I asked somebody one time. I said, hey, and again, I'm in the middle. I'm in the middle. I say that. I asked him, why do you vote this way? And I'm not even talking about the national elections. I'm talking about regular stuff that goes on in my community. I said, why do you vote this way if you're not seeing any changes? And they'll just go, this is how I've been voting for my whole life. And I mean, see, I think I asked him, I just a girlfriend I used to date, and she said, this is how my mom dated. This is how my dad dated. Not dated, sorry, I said voted. I said dated. Voted. And this is how everybody I know votes. I'm like, yeah, but we don't see any change in putting this person back in power. And this is somebody that's a local election I'm talking about. I'm like, don't you think it's time to give somebody else? You have to have that person. That person should have the drive and want to have the drive to help you out if you're going to put them in office. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I feel. And if they don't want to do it, you got to get them out. You got to get and then when I go online, I see the same thing. And this is I'm talking about people from the left. People and I see people from the right. I see them doing the same exact thing. I'm like, why? Like for instance, I think Bernie Sanders went to damn what state did he go to? And this state is like a swing state. And they were speaking on certain things and how they're gonna get jobs back and stuff like this. And the effed up thing about it is that both sides screwed them over. Both sides screwed them over. What about those people? There's elderly people that I know in this country that suffers so bad. Yo, some of them they need wheelchairs or they live in certain places they can't get to the doctor. In some small towns, they have no damn like good care to take care of them. They don't have the means to take care of them. Like I said, man, we all can be we all can be fighting with each other. There got to be a better way out of this because we struggle so much. Imagine, what's funny about online stuff too? Like I'll go into some of these forums and I see people talking to each other like they're cats and dogs. But I know in real life they don't even speak like this to each other. Cause you see somebody say hi, how you doing? Somebody don't like you, sometimes they might not say nothing, but they don't talk to each other like this. But then in real life, we don't get to see people's inner thoughts. Online, people write whatever they want to write and say what they want to say and make these videos up. I think if somehow we can have real, and I'm pretty sure there's certain podcasts and stuff like that out there where people actually sit down and talk to each other. But that's not what's promoted, right? You know what's promoted? A 2 minute or 60-second panel of people shouting at each other because they get the most clicks and they get their side to like them more because that's what we're about. That's what we're really about. That I like watching these long form podcasts because You get to hear people really speak. And if somebody is a bullshitter, you get to see them bullshit for a little. Please stop hating on man. Oh, I'm not sure you're speaking to me or in general to people. Listen, man, I tell you this. And Donald Trump is from New York. I'm from New York. All right. I don't side with politicians. But man, I tell you what, politicians do make a lot of people form groups of people, and I call them gangs. I call everybody gangs because that's just how it is. I don't fall for any of that stuff. And I'm talking any politician. I don't join groups because groups they have a way of changing whenever the leader decides they want to change. So I'll be worried about any of that. You know, it's funny. I know this Republican guy. He's a Trump guy, and you would never know. You would never know the two of us are friends. You'll never know two of us are friends because he's a Staten Island guy. Staten Island, well known for Republicans. But two of us, we will come to a location. We'll drive there. He'll go pick up his wife. He's a retired banker, by the way, and I'll go pick up my girl, and we just say hi to each other. He smokes cigars. I don't smoke at all, and I'm like, oh, cigars. You know, what's the you know I like to speak to people. Older white dude. I said, what's it like smoking cigars, and what does it do for you? I ask people that smoke weed as well. I don't smoke anything. And you know, he told me like, you know, it's just a good vibe to just relax. And it's an old Italian dude, got this old Italian swag about him, and he say, yeah, this is what it does. It makes him mellow and blah blah blah, which is cool. And then he gets into how New York is doing. He says he doesn't like it. He's been around since since however, and he tell me about the glory days in New York. And to me, because I'm here, I grew up here, I'm like the glory days. What's this guy talking about, man? This is beautiful right now. He tell you about the benefits of what they had back then. But then when you get into deep detail with him, he'll tell you about how bad it was as well. Remember, we had the mob over here. We had mob. We still got monsters over here. Um, I'm reading your comments, by the way. But yeah, and we spoke, and he talks about he wants. This is before Trump was elected. He's talking about how he wants Trump in there. I go, man. It's good talking with you. I have a better perspective of how somebody. And he clearly told me he's from MAGA. He's a MAGA supporter. I'm like, MAGA, okay, all right. Why do you come to? Why did you how did you start following that? He told you he actually I think he either knew Donald Trump or he was in that circle or something like that. And he believed that's the way. I'm like, okay, but I have no hate for that guy. I don't know that fella, I don't know him to hate him. But we had a good discussion. And if I was to see that man on the something happen to him, I would try to help him out. I'm not sure if he would, but I have a feeling he would, right? But if I was to go ahead and start shouting at him, and trust me, Donald Trump have a history in New York, and it's not. Some people might say positive, but I know of some very negative things. If I was to go, you for who? What? You know what I mean? I hate you. Why would Why would you even speak to me? We would never have to have that communication. So sometimes we got to speak to each other, man. Shit, this again, town hall. This is like a town hall. These lives, and I'm gonna be doing more lives pretty soon. I like to have discussions with people. But anyway, I gotta run. It was good talking to you. If you haven't already, subscribe. I put up some more stuff up there. But y'all have a beautiful day, y'all. Peace to everybody. Hope y'all stay safe. Everyone, stay safe, man. We living in tough times.